Yes, my lord. So in November, yes, my lord, if I can just assist the court, in November, there's a statement I made on the 20th of November, 2020, and no way would I say there were no intruders. And then the next one, like I said, unless Mr. Ramasepele can specifically refer me to it, the next one in November.
The one that I referred to, and let me give you the date and then just give a bit of a background of my understanding, but I want us to go to this statement.
Yes, what is the index number, Mr. Ramasepele?
I don't know what the index number is. On top it says A225.
Yes, that's the one I have in front of me, with five pages.
It's got, now the one that I...
Yes, that's the one I have in front of me, with five pages.
It's got, now the one that I have, it's got 4 pages.
No, A225, it's 5 pages. So you have 1 or 5, it goes.
Mine has got 4 pages, and the paragraphs, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the paragraphs are sequential until the end, so it cannot be that one.
Is it with 5 paragraphs?
Yeah, it's a big paragraphs, 5 paragraphs.
Yes, that's the one that I have, and that's the evidence. But let me hear you, Mr. Ramasepele. Yes, okay. But I have it in front of me.
Just hear.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Why is the cart before the horse? I thought it's supposed to be the horse before the cart. What on earth is Brigadier Kininda doing? Why is Brigadier Kininda leading his own cross-examination? What is he doing? You see, he's the same man who was talking about protocol must be observed in the police services over there when it comes to ranking, and he is a senior and Doni over there by the 375 discussions with Warren Makubo and Butelezi, okay? He demands to be respected by those two. But in this court, he needs to observe court protocol. And Ramasepele, you should have stopped him. You should have stopped him, because Shalala would never have allowed that to happen. Nisi would have folded his arms and let him talk, okay? Because Ramasepele was trying to talk over him. Ramasepele was trying to catch up with him because, yes, Kininda was leading this horse. Oh, no. This shouldn't happen again. The Kininda should be brought to attention, and he must observe protocol, okay? All protocol must be observed. And it is not Mr. Ramasepele to you. It is Advocate Ramasepele, okay? We, members of the jury, are watching this, and no. We're shaking our heads. How could you try to tell Ramasepele which statement you want to read? Are you kidding me right now? That was a ridiculous exchange, but I know. We're going to the Funda Togo, okay? Stay tuned. It's coming. Funda Tembi, they're coming, okay? Wait for it. Once they settled out all this, confusion, and Kininda is reminded, which he wasn't though. I think Ramasepele dropped the ball there. I would like to see him do it in future, because guess what started to happen? Ramasepele started to shake. Oh, and I thought, oh no, he's going to lose his chain of thought. But he held strong. Okay? He held strong. And I am so happy he did. And he brought it back, okay? He brought the cart and he put the cart right back behind the horse. And he said, this is my show. It's the Ramasepele show, and I'm burning this building down today, okay? Now, this is what I want you to read, Ramasepele. Let's continue on.
Just hear me out.
Yes.
And you are indeed correct. Let me give you that. Regarding the context within which this statement was made, that it was in relation to an application for a Section 43 application, CPA, J50 warrant of arrest in respect of Ms. Kelly Kumalo. But
yes,
I want to go through this with you and put certain questions to you.
Yes.
And this one, because it's typed out, I can read myself. My lord, I've already put the commissioning part on record that it was commissioned by Detective Sergeant Mulaudzi, but mine is dated differently, my lord. It's dated the 19th of November 2020 at 1500, and the commissioning happens on the 23rd of November 2020 at 1530. And with leave of the court, my lord, may I read this statement on record. Paragraph 1 thereof, it states, I am employed as a police officer in terms of Section 30 of the South African Police Service Act 68 of 1995. I perform my duties under the same act. I'm currently stationed at the National Commissioner's Office as the commander of the cold case unit of the National Commissioner with rank of Colonel and service number with telephone number. I'm the leading investigating officer of Foslo Raskas 636 of 10/2014, which is a murder case where one SENZO MEYIWA was shot and killed on the 26th of October 2014 between 20:30 and 2100. The deceased was shot at the house belonging to the then his girlfriend, namely Kelly Khumalo. It initially appeared that it was a robbery gone wrong. Witness statements under oath indicated that the two black males entered the house demanding cell phones and money, purporting to be a house robbery. 7 adults and 1 child were present in the house when the accused entered. The witness stated that one of the accused was carrying a firearm purporting to be a revolver. This accused was described as a black male with big eyes, dreadlocks, wearing a khaki or brown jacket or top and a hat. He was shorter in height than the second suspect. The second suspect was described as tall, slender, neatly shaven, and dark in complexion. It is stated under oath that during the robbery in the said house, a struggle ensued between SENZO MEYIWA, the deceased, and the suspect carrying the firearm. 2 shots were fired by the suspect. One of the gun shots hit the deceased SENZO MEYIWA on close range in his chest and exited at the back of his body. The second accused focused on the rest of the witnesses, and in the process, one cellular phone belonging to Miss Kelly Khumalo was robbed by the suspects during the committal of the offense. It is also stated under oath that suspicious suspects wearing specific clothing, amongst others a hoodie, were standing hidden but only a few meters from the crime scene prior to the incident, appearing to be typing on their cell phones. It is stated that the suspect fled on foot and a hat which was worn by the shooter was left on the crime scene. It is equally stated that the suspects hidden away, which is explained to be linked to the offense, were seen running away from the crime scene. Identity kits were compiled through witnesses of these suspects. The victim was rushed to the hospital by the witnesses who were in the house. However, he was declared dead on arrival at the hospital. The incident took place between 20:30 and 2100. The deceased was declared dead on arrival at the hospital at 2115. Paragraph 3. Investigations revealed that the cell phone which was robbed was picked up through cell phone towers until signal was lost, covering the area of Foslora's hostel. The said phone was never recovered to date or ever switched on again. The evidence explained herein under would indicate that the planning of the offense and gathering after the incident took place at Foslora's hostel. Investigation which resulted in evidence under oath revealed that the victim was murdered as a contractual assassination or hit rather than a robbery or a robbery gone wrong. Evidence under oath revealed that 6 suspects actively participated in the planning and execution of the contractual murder of SENZO MEYIWA at the directive of Kelly Khumalo. This suspect, in brackets, Nonhlanhla Kelly Khumalo, is first linked by means of confessions that were made by both accused number 1 and 2, as they both implicate her as the person that gave the instructions to kill SENZO MEYIWA. Investigations further revealed that she had 4 other cell numbers that she did not disclose to the police when these incidents took place. The numbers are as follows: 079, bullet point number 1, 079 494 8773. Bullet point number 2, 073 451 5017. Bullet point number 3, 073 388 6730. And the last bullet point, 061 456 2104. Investigations further revealed that she is linked to the actual perpetrators of this murder by means of cell phone linkages. These linkages connect her to accused 3 and 5. It was further discovered that through cell phone analysis that her cell phone memory has the same photo of a see-through bag containing cash notes, and in the exact position, location, and spot as the one of accused 3. Longwetwala has the same bag of money. There is no reasonable explanation as to why Kelly Khumalo will be in contact telephonically with hitmen of her boyfriend. There is also communication records between her and her sister shows that as early as 2013, she wanted to get rid of the deceased, as she puts it clearly on the WhatsApp messages. It is abundantly clear that she hated him and wanted to get rid of him. She further states that she regrets not succeeding to get rid of him before. Taking into account all of these facts, an inference can be drawn that she meant killing him. Paragraph 4. Evidence by means of sworn, corroborating, and independent witness statements establish a causal link between the offenders and the offenses of murder, robbery with aggravating circumstances, possession of unlicensed firearms, and the unlawful possession of ammunition, and conspiracy to commit murder. Ms. Kelly Khumalo seems to be the trigger point of this offense. I hereby apply for the warrant of arrest for Nonhlanhla Kelly Khumalo on charges of conspiracy to commit murder and murder. Paragraph 5, it's the taking of the oath. It is that signed by yourself and commissioned by the commissioner who I have mentioned before, Detective Sergeant Molaudi.
Yes, my lord.
That was 9 minutes and 50 seconds of the reading of his statement, Brigadier Bongani Nicholas Gininda, okay? Where I was completely silent. So to those that hate it when I talk during the court proceedings, today's your day. You got a full 9 minutes and 50 seconds of silence from me. And I also hope that you stood up at the reading of the word, because let me tell you something, that was a whole word. And guess what? Funda Tembi Ramasepele reads really well. He pauses when he's supposed to pause. He puts full stop and he stops for inference, or should I say emphasis. I love his reading skills, and I thank him for taking ownership of Gininda's statement, because as you know, Gininda would omit certain points or want to stop to explain what he meant way back then in 2019. I'm trying to be serious, okay? But all you need to know is I loved it, okay? I loved every minute of it. All 9 minutes and 50 seconds were just brilliant for me. It was like ice cream, okay? It was just melting nicely. We are cruising nicely there, Ramasepele. You did very, very well. Did anybody else hear the silence from my Lord? No pen clicking, no papers, no breathing, no finger snapping, silence. Did anybody else hear Brigadier Kininda just say, yes, my Lord, at the end of that reading? Like, hello, did anybody else notice Advocate Baloyi was not in the building? Cameraman again disappointed us. We need fact checking to make sure he's there, inside, Pagati, within, and breathing. Okay? Wow. I cannot stress enough how much I loved it. Let me know in the comment section down below the parts that stood out the most to you. That Advocate Baloyi and Brigadier Kininda colluded during evidence in chief and decided to omit those relevant details out for us, okay? Now, I have a couple of questions, of course. I might have been silent during the reading of the word, but that doesn't mean I have nothing to say. First and foremost, let's start with who steals a cell phone and never ever turns it on. The second part I want to jump to is Zandile Mapopola Kumalo. Now let's see how that pointing out Bongani Ntanzi is going to work out for you now, because you literally just added your sister to the case. If the 5 accused are found guilty, it means they're guilty, right? It means Kelly Kumalo inside, Pagati within. No? No. That's the inference. And you know how I know this is the statement that Brigadier Bongani Kininda wrote himself. Nobody else wrote it for him. It's just one word. One word in that statement made me believe he wrote it. Inference. Yep. You kept using it in cross-examination. So it is you. It is you. He cannot deny it. And that is why at the end of the reading, all he said was, yes, my Lord. That was absolutely hilarious, okay? But remember, this is the same Brigadier Kininda who at the beginning, before they were trying to figure out which statement is it that Advocate Rams is about to read into the record, Brigadier Kininda was the cut in front of the horse. Notice how silent he has gone. It is almost deafening, the silence. But there's a couple of things that are going to come into question. 7 adults and 1 child. Can you not count? Lead investigator? Did Mosia not tell you that there were 2 children in that room? And it's the suspect description for me. And when he says the tall one, the second suspect was described as tall and slender and neatly shaven. Do you know who is neatly shaven? That came to mind? I don't know. Might have been one of the people that texted, I'm outside. Let me know in the comment section if you can guess who that is. And wait a minute. Did Brigadier Kininda write in his statement, as a police officer, trained police officer that is, senior police officer as he wants us to know, that the second accused focused on the rest of the witnesses? All those 7 people? All by himself? Bongani Ntanzi is a miracle worker. I can tell you that, just based on this statement. Listen, and then there were the suspicious suspects near the crime scene before the incident, and they were just typing on their cell phones? Wow, this is some strange Nkabi behavior. And then they fled on foot. But then, jiggy, you want the confessions admissible? The confession said, I sat in the car and waited for accused number 3 and accused number 4 to come back and accused number 1, and then we drove off in the grey Polo. Is that not what the confession says? So how do you corroborate this suspect typing in the corners in the night and then fleeing on foot with the whole witness to say that happened? The victim was rushed to the hospital. It was no longer a victim at that time. It was a corpse. May his soul rest in peace. But it is the runaway cell phone for me that stands out. He says it was never recovered to date or ever switched on. Wow, Mapopolo. Wow, Kelly Kumalo. What actually really happened to that cell phone? I cannot imagine Nkabis from Nongoma not wanting to use that cell phone ever again. And it's the 4 other cell phones that Kelly neglected to mention she had. Do you have the 205s for all those cell numbers? Which cell phone did she use to call Chikotwala? Let me pause my questions here so that we can get to the other parts of the brilliance of Advocate Ramasepele. There's nothing to clear here, okay? Burn the building, Ramasepele, burn the building. You already know the house rules. Thank you so much for the super thanks. Wow. Oh my goodness, guys. You guys have me on a Friday. What's a Friday? Indeed it is. You know what? I'm going to pour myself a drink because Ramasepele has us all excited with what he did in court today. Let me know your thoughts and feedback in the comment section down below. You already know I absolutely love it. Let me just end it here because we're not doing proper closings. Guys, super thanks are welcome. But if you cannot, please do not ever feel bad that you are not in a position to super thank. By watching the video, oh my goodness, I cannot stress this enough. You are contributing to the channel by subscribing, by liking, by commenting. Those are some ways that you can contribute to the channel without monetary exchange, and I love it. But of course, if you're going to super thanks, please don't be shy. Don't be shy. Hit that super thanks button. Hit that $ inside the heart, inside Pagati, and say, this is for you, okay? Because I got promoted today. As an expert of the court here on the YouTube streets. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on my next upload.